Hello, welcome back. I don't know why you're here. God knows I don't know why I'm here. Beyond the fact that a long time ago, two people had a very irresponsible night, and I am paying for it for the rest of my life, as we all know. So, what I got today, I've actually got some that I have not shown in a very long time that not only do I have some newbie for them, but I also have some revamping. And maybe a little punnage, as you can see by Castle Wall, Counter, and Mirror Force. Should this go without saying that maybe I decided to go with some Yu-Gi-Oh card themes for the samurai? Come on. You know I love a stupid joke. Now, the last time that I had Samurai X in a video, I had actually done a version of him that was built more towards a fun experiment. It was actually Castle Wall over here, as you see, yes, who was built with a mimic setup and was actually built to be more of the attacker and crowd controlling. And I'm gonna be, and full transparency, while that was fun, it's not the most logical, nor is it viable long term. It was fun as hell to use, trust me, but it was not the smartest idea. So if you decide you want to do just play with him as a attack based thing, save that for like player versus environment, like if you're just farming and stuff for funsies or low levels of certain soul areas and all. That's where that kind of thing you can get away with. But if you're going up against something else or you want to use him for something else, it's not the best option. Still fun though. In the case though, since he is like my strongest one, he's also my experimental subject. And his experiment now was actually testing Dangler, which I know there's somebody watching this right now who is screaming at their screen saying no. Like they don't think this will work, but it's actually proving pretty useful, and it's to try and take advantage of Dangler's effects a little bit more, plus Samurai X's own abilities. Now, as you can see, yeah, he's got a decent attack, so I did, like I say, I played with that with the full Mimic build, and it was fun. But his bread and butter is pretty much his HP, his defense, being crowd control, taunting your opponents and keeping them in place. So really hooking him up with a soul set that can take advantage of someone attacking him while they're taunted, that's actually a good idea. So, as you can see, the focus of this is on his defense, a little bit extra HP, ass load of speed, because I'm wanting to have him keeping complete control of the field as much as possible, which is also why his effect hit is pretty high, and he also has a generous helping of effect resistance because he's my defense. I don't want him and crowd control, I don't want him getting knocked stupid. He's there to basically tank every attack that comes, or as many as possible, and save the day. And yes, I have had a lot of coffee this morning, probably more than is medically advisable. Why do you ask? Moving forward. Now, like I say with Castle Wall, he's my first boy, he's grade 6. As you can see, his effect hit comes with where he can even with a regular attack. Now, of course, this is another reason for his defense is because his damage is equal to it, so that's another reason to boost it up. And of course, you have, his sturdy armor effect here, and the fact that he can do his unbreakable thing for taunting. We all have experienced this. And of course, everything is like he's grade 6, everything is fully skilled up. I can't speak English. Even though I was raised speaking this language practically from birth, I can't speak it. We know this. Everybody else in the world, whoever learns how to speak English, you have my awe. Because, let's face it, my language sucks. Moving forward again. So, for this, in order to take advantage of the effect hit boosting, I of course went with the Azure Basin. Now, this is what's giving him his attack, some extra attack here. But it's also bolstered here with this beautiful speed booster, and those two, literally the purpose is for boosting effect hit and everything, and a little bit of everything else, to be fair. Now, you could totally switch Azure Basin out with any other effect hit booster, but like I said, I had this beautiful speed one sitting around and figured, you know, why the frick not? Now, on the case of the Dangler, these are mostly because, yes, effect resistance, but also defense. Because that's what gives him some attack. So in this case, this is what I wanted to play with. Fills up the ore bar by an additional 1 slot and heals the HP of a non-summoned ally entity with the lowest proportion of HP by 700% of the equipped unit's defense. Defense is pretty much what he needs. And this plays off of that and can even have him doing a little side hustle with some orbage and some healing. He's basically going to be doing a lot of work. He's putting in work for us. Now, of course, this one is also defense, HP, speed, and effect resistance boost. This one has some HP, a little bit of crit and crit damage, because, I mean, if he's actually getting a hit off to hurt something, you may want to get hurt. And, of course, this one here is all about effect hit, mostly, with the little bonuses of everything else. But this down here is the bread and butter I wanted to play with, and I've actually been loving this, because that 700% thing is actually fun, really good to play with, so yes. Now, could I switch the effect hit out for like a full defense build, like something we'd use for, I can't pronounce his name, but it's the one that's the holly tree that you get from the shrine. I honestly can't remember how to pronounce it. Then again, I can't pronounce anything. Or something like that. I could go for a full defense build like that, or Taki, and I think Fugengaku. I don't remember, our mountain man. I could totally go with a full defensive build, but at the same time, crowd control. Don't want to forget it. Now, let's move forward, because I have spent like maybe about 6 minutes or 7 minutes talking just about him. But he's fun. He's a good favorite. I love him. Now, we're going to scoot down the line to the others. Where are you? There you are. Now, Counter here has been around for a bit. He's grade 5. He is fully skilled up. And he's built actually to literally be a counter-attacking demon. Yes. Now, of course, his HP is a little higher, his defense a little lower, lots of speed, and a little bit more effect hit. Basically, he's here to try to just go fast and just keep countering to just basically because even his normal attack will inflict taunting, so basically you actually taunt him, he's going to taunt you back. It's ironic is that the Scarlet will actually work that when he is attacked by something, he has more than once actually countered that attack from a taunted target and then re-taunted them. So it's kind of like a never-ending feedback loop on some points, which is fun and maybe wasn't the game working as intended, but we all love a little evil fun. So of course, you have here with this Scarlet up here, the speed booster, because yes, like I say, we want him moving fast. Effect hit booster, a nice fat double helping. And this is actually great, is because this is an example of what I was saying, is that if a taunted target attacks him, he's going to launch a counter attack, and it's going to be even a little faster because of a taunted target, so it gets kind of wild. It just seems to work more. It's kind of funny. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm reading that as minus 60% if from a taunted target, but the thing is, it seems like he actually attacks more often with Scarlet if it's taunted. So I'm not sure if that's just a miswording or if something has gone completely chaos. I don't know. But it's kind of fun. Where was I? Here we go. HP and everything. And of course, I've got him hooked up with Oboroguruma here because one, I had these boosters, and two, if he's getting attacked, it's boosting his move bar, so he has a chance of getting up there much faster to keep taunting at targets. So basically, it's just more about getting him up there to do his thing, which I kind of love. Now, I've talked a lot less about him, but what can I say? Castle Wall is my favorite. Counter's awesome. But this is my new one for Mirror Force, who is grade 4. He's mostly unskilled, save for one. He's unevolved. And this is literally just trying to bolster is mostly focused towards his HP, but I'll probably finagle that. A little more speed. His main thing is less about all the other stuff he's doing and more about playing with this effect here to reflect damage back. And this is another thing where it says the minus 60, it looks like it says. So this is more like also but ironically, if taunted targets do attack him, it activates more often. So like I say, I don't know if this is literally supposed to be like your chances drop, or if it's supposed to say your chances will rise. So I'm not 100% sure. Someone else clarify if they've had a similar situation, because it seems like it actually goes more. So of course we have this mirror lady over here, this beautiful effect hit boosting one, because again, taunting, all the taunting. Soul Edge, speedy mirror lady. You notice that all of them have speed boosters and effect hits for the obvious reasons. And of course he has Soul Edge on here because I did have these boosters, and again, his focus was actually to play a little more with HP, though again, it can be switched for defense later. I'm actually very confused right this second, because I'm looking at something and now trying to figure something out here. But I'm wondering what I put on him that bolstered his crit damage to 207%. That's 3, 7, 18, 14, 14. That must equal close to that. Well, go figure. I sometimes don't do math, but I guess he's got some good crit damage. Awesome sauce. Moving on. A little bit effective, yeah. Overall, I mean, this is kind of fun to play with, and we all know Mirror Lady is a little evil, because nothing can actually drive someone a little more crazy than when they attack you and suddenly, with that big area attack, and they get wiped. Believe me, I felt that feeling many times with Blazing Tamba, because I have him so fast, so strong to try and clear the field quickly and give for an advantage, and I've run into Mirror Lady so many times, and I have just stared at my screen like, I deserve this. Now, let's go to Kubadashi. Where are you? Here we go. Boompa. These guys are a little funny. Now, this one here, he is grade 5. He is fully skilled. He's been in a video before with an Arapalooza, as I called it. And he's, of course, built for speed and attack. As we can see here, he's grade 5. He is fully skilled up. And his focus, he doesn't really need an effect hit for anything because he doesn't have an effect, though I have seen some people put different effect boosting effect souls on him, like Temptress, and that actually does very nicely. I just have decided to change it to something else later on. Now, most people would suggest a different thing, but I wanted to focus on this one's attack, because I wanted him to just start knocking the field senseless. So we have here, of course, Soul Taker for its attack boosting properties, but also have this beautiful, beautiful Scarlet Soul here. Another one down here, attack boosting, and more here. Now, again, he's mostly here to just knock the living heck out of people. Let's be honest. And him being very fast, it means he's getting that, like, first turn area attack, which is one thing I really do like doing myself. It can sometimes, as I've said multiple times, first turn can make or break you. Believe me, I've learned more than a few times I was going to have to bring the A game, or if I could just let it ride depending on how first turn went. Now, we move down here to the other Kubanashi, who's kind of new. I'm actually planning on putting him in his Evo skin once I get him skilled up, but as you can see, he's fresh. Unskilled, he's missing a skill, which is on lockdown right now. Can't use his Hellfire. Which, I mean, we're fine. This is fun. Now, his focus is actually on one I've seen suggested for him multiple times, which is Shadow. And yes, Shadow is very versatile. It's a good soul to use. Of course, I bolstered him up with this crit damage, extra crit for claws and everything, because let's face it, if he's going to hit somebody, he may as well make it really hurt. And I mean, like I said, he's relatively new. It's a nice little, like, early build, and probably sometime down the line I might do another one with him having, like, an effect soul, like I've already done, because I did experiment with that. And to be fair, anything like Temptress or something like that will work very nicely. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there who's running one with Mimic on it just so they can get all those effects, because let's face it, nothing wrong with being a little evil in-game. Nothing wrong. Alright. Well, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for bearing with my stream of consciousness. If you want to head out the door, that's no problem. I just ask you to do the holy trifecta of YouTube down below to like, comment, subscribe. Even though this is kind of a trash fire, but hey, whatever. Now, if you want to stick around and watch these guys just go to town, please join me. We're going to do that now with the level 40 Hakugami Zone and the level 40 Kappa Zone. Ready? Let's go. Oh, Seme, I don't need you doing things right now. Okay, I kinda like it. That counter actually is moving faster than the castle walls. Nope. There we go. I love that their armor is literally sticking around and now they just look like gray versions of the terracotta soldiers. And they're just keeping the crowd control up. There's a Burgeruba showing its thing. Okay, this may be taking a minute, but it's because there's just like literally only 2 guys capable of doing like extended damage, but it's funny still. Yep. Mirror Force will work. Dangler is doing its job. I'm just loving it. Like, Dangler is just working overtime, so Castle Walt is not only doing his defending, he's also bringing orbs and healing to the party, even if it's not very much. Mirror Lady is operating on with the taunting, as you can see, and everything. And Scarlet, he was also countering and everything, so that worked out nice. And there's the game freezing. There we go. My system is garbage. We all know this. All right, so let's hit the Kappa Zone and watch more chaos, shall we? I'll see you in a hot minute. Welcome back. Has anyone else had this weird thing happening where they go to a challenge zone, then go to another challenge zone, and suddenly whatever team they used before, if they switched it out, is what they're using at that point? I don't know. If it's just my system being weird or God knows what else. But anyway. Hello, Mr. Lab. Have you finally decided to come join us tonight? Yes, you have. Okay. 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a lab climbing onto me, so that's the thing. Large dog thinks it's a lap dog. Moving on. Okay, so we're gonna have my 3 Samurai X's and 2 Kubanashis, and I'm mispronouncing, obviously, but they are going to go to town with these Kappas and see what happens. Shall we? Come on. Breakable. I love that counter is faster than Castle Wall. That's funny. And of course, there's Dangler doing its job. And a Burgeruma. I mean, I'm kind of here for the fact that sometimes a lot of the times the ones that say, oh, if your target is tapped, it's not going to work, or at least the way the right wording is saying. But this actually works out very nicely. Yes. No, I do not know what I'm saying at any given point. Half the time, all that comes out of my mouth is just straight madness. Silly dog. I love how they all just turned gray. You know, it does make me wonder if there's a possibility of another skin coming soon for Samurai X, because it seems like we've been on some kind of skin train lately. Which actually leads to a thought. Is there a Shiki that anyone wants a new skin up? You know, aside, maybe one that hasn't gotten one yet. That's a thought. Let's see. We have some that have so many and some that have so few. So, if I had to think. I honestly can't. I mean, I'm running through my list of R's and SR Shiki that I would love to see new skins for, and I honestly can't think of one off the top of my head. Though I guess a new skin for Kubanashi would be kind of nice. Maybe a new one for Samurai X. No. A new skin for Kappa would also be kind of cool, kind of interesting, because we do have that thing still, I guess, where it's still showing a skin that used to be for sale in the shop, but looks almost exactly like the same one you can get from his secret zone. I don't know. I guess it's a thought if you made it to the end of the video. Let me know down below what Shiki you want to see some new skins. I'm actually curious to see what everyone's opinion is. It can be R, SR, SSR. I mean, we know they'll eventually get to all the SRs and SPs eventually, but you know, like everybody a little lower on the proverbial totem pole in rarity value. But on that note, I'm gonna head off here. And if you would please do the like, comment, subscribe, trifecta below, that would be awesome. Again, let me know what Shiki you'd love to see a new soul for, not soul, skin for. God, I can't talk. And I'll catch you next time, alright? See ya.